Hi, I'm Jamey from Stonemeyer Games, and today I'm here to talk about my favorite mechanism in the digital game, Roguebook. I mostly talk about tabletop games on this channel, but I've been trying to play more digital games that I think could appeal to tabletop gamers like me, and try to learn from the mechanisms in those games. So Roguebook is a roguelike game where you have a mission to accomplish, and when you accomplish that mission, you get to add stuff permanently to your deck of cards, and then you get to proceed to a more difficult mission, and so on and so forth. Here's what it looks like. I found this image online. Looks like not the first mission that I did, but some later missions. But there are two kind of core hooks to the game. One is this system of ink. So the game puts you inside of a book, an open book, and you can kind of, there's this fog of war in the book, and you can uncover more content in the book in the form of these hexes if you use ink. And so by defeating enemies on the map, you earn ink that you can reveal more of the map. And on the map, while there are enemies, there's also lots of little treasures and things to pick up. There are places like markets over here where you can buy new stuff. Here's what an enemy looks like right here. This player probably has already gotten all the coins and little treasures, little power-ups that he get. But there's lots of things to discover and pick up on the map if you reveal that portion of the map, which you do, again, by defeating enemies. So I like how those two are tied. You're incentivized to defeat more enemies because not only do you get stuff from that enemy encounter, but you get, in addition to the ink, but you get the ink to reveal more of the board itself, so you can get more stuff. Those two elements tied together, I think, are really, really great. Also tied to this, at least in the first mission, I had the ability to walk almost directly up to the final boss because some of the book or the map, I'll call it the map, was revealed, and I could have walked right up to the final boss and tried to deal with them. I probably would have lost right away. But I like that the game says, here's what you're moving towards. You can do it right now, but you're probably going to be better off if you uncover a lot of this map first. I like the flexibility to go to the final boss when I'm ready to do so. The other core hook of the game is that you have two different characters in your party, at least early on in the game when I was playing, maybe more added later. But early on in the game, I had these two exact characters in my game, and each of them has their own little deck of cards that are shuffled together. So it's a mashup of two different small decks of cards that you're using for the deck building enemy encounter portion of the game. And it's as if when you're playing through those encounters that you're playing one of those cards for that specific character. And sometimes that means that might have that character move up to the front. The characters are positioned front and back in these enemy encounters. So there's a lot of puzzling that goes into which character is in the front or the back, depending on who has more health, or certain benefits are better if they're in the front or the back based on specific cards. But I really just like the idea that there are these two characters together and they each come with their own little deck of cards that are mashed together for this game. I think that leads to a lot of variability and replayability. Asymmetric pairing is one of my favorite mechanisms in games. So I think this game does that really well by pairing those two little decks of cards. So that paired with this ink system, I think, is really innovative and fun. I could definitely see this working in some form in a tabletop game. Those are my favorite mechanisms in Roguebook. I've only played the first mission, so I haven't gone that deep into the game at all. If you've played really deep into the game and you've discovered some really cool stuff, let me know about it in the comments below. I'd love to learn more. Thanks.